Oh, I have. Yes, you speak with me. Yep. And we are on the record, we are recording right now, so just heads up to Zoomverse. What's the piece? Are we? And this is for you.
And are we going to sit at the end like Shirley suggested, or you think we're on the?
I think we can sit wherever we want.
I think it was like you being the head, doesn't whatever makes sense, but I think we're good here too.
I don't know that. I mean, as long as they can see, I think it's fine. Shirley said she can't make it today. She's got a mobility. So, I told her we have a forum without her and, you know, it'd be fine.
Me too, I welcome. I'm frightened of spirit, but her fasciitis, they're really, yeah, it's not fun. Plus, okay, yes, they brought that far. You may.
Yeah. Sweet, working too hard. Yeah.
That's what, because I think I have like those words. Oh, no, I can't remember.
Yes. Very recording. Oh, there's I have these two things here that I thought people might be interested in. One is a project I'm going to talk about that we're working on, like this like passport project where people go around and get little like a sticker stamp.
Yes.
Yeah. Seen it.
Yeah.
But you know, that's because she's in Apple Hills. And then there's a post event report that has an economic calculator. So this is getting girls students. So if anyone's interested in this stuff, it's available, you know. So I don't know, I feel like people get curious, you know, what are we doing? So this talks about like the economic impact of the public thing and talks about the expenses. So yeah. So
The pages inside it.
or yeah, it kind of gives you an idea of what like
They will go parks.
yeah.
They'll give us a stamp, but we get a stamp or, and then they get a, fill out. It's not like the National Park Trust.
That's what we're based now.
Or just a regular passport.
Because that's actually really effective. That national park passport has really, you know.
Done a good job, at least for 50 years. Right. So I think,
Yeah.
Mhm. And have you had that? Yeah.
So.
We can get our.
Shirley, you mean? Shirley is not. She has a problem with COVID. I'm hoping it's gonna take off, and I love using the, you know, the look of the posters that I used to have for the national parks. Yeah. Questions. So.
Okay, this for so we call the meeting to order, the Tourism Commission meeting for Monday, October 20th, at 4 p.m. This session. Do you want to take another agenda? Do you want to take you're taking notes?
She's taking notes and she's recording.
Okay.
And we'll have the actual recording also, which will be posted online.
So first thing, agenda, we'll have to approve the minutes to everybody have a chance to look at them. And then take a motion for the approval minutes for July 28th. I don't want to make a motion to approve them. So approve Karen Black. Second. Second. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed. Motion is carried. The next approved. Now we have treasurer report, John.
For your balance sheets and P&Ls up through today. It's been going well. One good thing now, we have put in our application for the third quarter, July, September, and October. And it's looking real good. For the third quarter, we're requesting $182,521.78. And for the sports park, $59,528.98 was collected. So we had very good attendance and at the hotels we found what we're there for, to keep helping out and promoting events that bring people to Vincent's. Not only do they stay in the hotels where our income comes, but they also spend then at the shops downtown and on Main Street. They go out to eat. They go see all our tourist attractions, and when you listen to them and they say, I didn't realize you had this many things to see here in Vincent. It's repeatedly. The other one is how many times when these acts go into the Red Skeleton Museum, and they can't believe a small town like Vincennes has such a beautiful theater, and it's set up so good acoustically, everything. They just love it. Normally they're used to the small gymnasium stage.
These tourists are people that live in big cities that have all kinds of things open to them. And like you say, they come here like, wow, this says this.
They just I had guests here, they just can't believe how many things in history happened in this town. So we're very lucky. You've got the balance sheet, in front of you, just touched on some numbers there. So far this year, we've collected $556,461.08. And so with the what's coming in for third quarter, that'll be our last payment for this year, because we'll get fourth quarter, and the next fiscal year is when we'll actually receive it. And we go on cash basis rather than accrual basis. So we've done very well this year. Membership fees, $800. Just some of the expenses. So far, we've spent on the studies for the sports park, $35,530. The utilities, $15,000, right on line with what we had budgeted for the year. The grants, we have given away a lot in grant money this year. It's $51,950. And then in addition, in public relations and advertising, $160,865.70. And that includes the $30,000 that we gave to the military museum for their help with their new theater, and $30,000 to the Cub League for their improvements that they, we went over their event report, and they spent a lot of money on improving their facilities for future years. The office expenses, $8,818 for the year. Dues and subscriptions, $4,677. Postage, $1,690. Repairs and maintenance has been running high, $51,025, and that we expected with mainly the roof repairs and the heating air conditioning units. But we knew that at the time when we bought this building, that it was going to cost someone repairs. We knew that, and that was factored in there. So far this year, the wages, $80,578. So net income so far this year, $130,626.85. And on there you have on the balance sheet the funds that we currently have money set in, and there's currently $684,586.01. Is there any questions about the financial returns? Thank you very much.
I don't have any. Thank you, John. Does anybody else have a question for John? I think we've done very well.
It's really nice the way that the women are taken care of. It's very easy for me to review on the checks what they're for and what they are. And when it's a credit card, they add the statement so I can see what it was going for. I still haven't figured out well if they're getting all those people for, but just joking, but
Very good.
Yeah.
It looks wonderful. I will take a motion on the floor to approve the treasurer's reports. I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's. Sandra Long is first. I'll second. Karen Black is second. All those in favor? All those opposed? Thank you very much. Janice, it is your Sure, now,
Um,
to give us your report.
So I showed you guys the big project we've been working on is the passport. This is going to be an all sites passport. All the sites going to go together on having an all sites pass where you pay a certain amount of money and then you can get into each site. And we're hoping that with every all sites pass, you get this passport so that they can go around it and get these stamps from each place. We think it's going to be a really nice program. And kudos to Kat, who's worked really hard on these little stamp looking things that she's created. They look really good.
Did you do a good job?
Very good.
Yeah, I think so too. I love the military museum one. Jim's gonna love that it has a tank on it. He always prefers a tank to the plane. I was saying, I'm a big post on it. Yeah, I mean, like, it's all like, yeah. Yeah.
Those brothers,
Oh,
I mean, there is one that the Blues Brothers,
they brought their
Crushed
hand
car.
up there.
Crushed a car.
Yes.
so that was just
That's very good.
okay, if they don't get the demo derby back at the fair this coming year, we should suggest that. Jim do some crushing with it.
that's it.
Wow. So yeah, we've been working on this.
Will they be able to purchase the passport?
They can get it here, but it'll also be at every site. So when they show up, that creates the ability to upsell. Would you like to go ahead and buy an all sites pass instead of your museum admission? If you upgrade, you're going to save a little bit on each site, and you'll also get the site stuff.
So will you do a flyer or something that we would be able to have like in our businesses, facilities, because lots of we step in first.
They don't
We
know.
have been down to BT office and stuff, so
Yeah,
that sounds give them something to push in the right direction.
that'd be awesome.
Be helpful, just, it can be one of those. Because I've got those little things that hold it.
Like we're back size. Yeah, it's a big thing. I like that idea because all the hotels have rack available. So that's good. We did finish up our sponsorship of Cup League. So besides the $50 we gave them, we were their sponsor on to Team Indiana, the big statewide Indiana thing. So between that and what we gave them, we've basically got them $50,000. And their fees to host the tournament here from Cup League were $57,000. So, we basically did that for them. Let's see. And just a heads up that we've done the swag bags to local hotel guests. We have bags at all the major hotels. We, hosted a table out at the field that different sites, where they're staffing, like Indiana Military Museum had Alice out there, giving out information. So stuff like that. That was really nice. We did host comedian Jeff Batts working on his travel/comedy film. And he made like 3 different trips to Vincennes. I mean, he researched essentially. He went to the Indiana Military Museum and got lots of footage making jokes with, like different things that there. He went all around town, just doing that. And he's coming back again because he's still got some role yet. So we've got a lot, I think we'll get a lot of good out of that.
It's have a good turnout.
There were about 200 people that were there supposedly. At least that's how many tickets went out. 40 went out comp to the radio stations and things. So maybe 160 bought tickets.
Just
I know, and the weather wasn't particularly nice that night. So, but the nice thing is I felt like people really were laughing. So you felt like the energy was good.
because I enjoyed going to the one of the grandkids. In the previous year, not this year, but. So I was sorry that I couldn't make that.
Oh, it was interesting.
Sarah and I went, and our comment was, one was good thing was that they gathered everybody and asked them to please sit, had everybody sit in the seats right in front because they were filming it for TV broadcast. And so they wanted it to show when they're doing it. But the only thing was that They kept the bright lights on. Normally when we watch a comedian show, they sort of darken, the crowds darken, and they're the spotlight. For some reason, they kept the lights on bright. I don't know, people feel more comfortable laughing indoors. We can't serve alcohol there, or that even makes them laugh more. But you know that, at comedy clubs, they want you to have a couple. But
And it's kind of hard to see if there's not just a spotlight, if there's bright in your eyes.
right in there. I guess maybe that was just so for filming or something.
Right,
but-
and he did say that, I don't know if you guys saw, he had a camera on the audience as well. So he wants those laugh reactions, I guess, you know, he wanted, because when you bought a ticket online, you know, but it said something, some disclaimer like, by purchasing this ticket, I agree to have my likeness used, you know, in the comedy special. So, but I agree, like, it's people have. Oh, yeah, he asked if I would do a little bit, so I did a little bit. It was fun. Yeah, oh, and he was here long enough to have a car accident, Main Street, like, it was practically amateur hour. He and Ann Pratt were both hit by the same truck coming the same time as we were going around. I'm just saying, like, he was going to hear a lot. Yeah, it was a comedy of errors. Let's see, so yeah, I'm not gonna skip over a couple of these things that are less important. You know, oh, we're partnering with Lincoln High School students. They have a t-shirt press there, and they have offered as like a business project for them to do our next run of shirts, and so we agreed to buy. So that's what's going on with that. So, you know, because we're low on shirts, but, you know, they'll be coming. Like Christmas is what I asked them for, so we could sell them then. Let's see, 250th is going well, that committee's still meeting. Let's see, I was at Cincinnati River Roots Festival, that was fun. It was a travel showcase, and it was our market, because this was enthusiasts of steamboats. Okay, and you would think that would be that many people who are interested in steamboats anymore, but they were exactly the kind of people that show up to our places. So, you know, if you like steamboats, you probably also like history. Let's see. We've been helping the community, hosting different things in our building, like we had a murder mystery rehearsal in here this last week or so back. You know, we continue, okay, so this is a good update. Our loan was approved for the sports park, for those of you that are not on the big committee. So we are moving forward, purchasing the land and working on the sports park. That'll keep developing. We didn't get the plein air painting grant, but I figured as much when they moved it way back, and, you know, the event was supposed to be in September, and they were gonna announce, you know, in October who got the grant. So I'm like, well, I guess we could use it for next year. We did get it, but we did. And then, you know, since we've met last time, I did present the budget to the county council. You know, they were interested in the sports facility. So there's that. Let's see if there's a little bit there about our online advertising. I went to Nashville and met with 15 travel writers from across the Midwest. One of those is talking about coming here, and he has some really impressive publications. So I'm excited about that. Has anyone heard of something called Christian Science Author? This is apparently a fairly big publication, and I don't know. Yeah, but apparently, you know, so, yeah. I don't know. He had some other credits too, but that one stuck out because I thought I'd heard of it before. Let's see. We've supported some grants, and we hosted the time capsule burial in the building, and that was good. So yeah, that's what we've been working on.
It sounds like you're trying to keep you busy as always.
So we are
So much. Thank you very much for all you do. Tourism Commission business. Do you want to speak about that, Janice?
Oh, just, you've got your draw paperwork, and the treasurer already told you how much it was gonna be that we're drawing, and I just need to make sure that you sign it, so I always put it on the agenda so that I make sure that you sign it.
That's great.
And then you guys have got your next meeting dates too, so that you can put them down for 2026. I'm sure you're, worried about July 2026 already. But yeah,
Therefore, we know it.
I know, right? If anyone does not, like, I'm about to write those letters to the council asking for reappointments. If anyone is trying to get out, let me know. I assumed you all wanted reappointed. You don't have to say in front of everybody, but if,
I take you serious. For presidency for next year. Maybe that's, but it really doesn't take too much out of my life.
4 times a year.
I can do it.
4 times a year, 30 minutes. maybe? You got it. Okay, I'm assigning statements to that to you.
Yep.
Thank you everybody for being here. There's those Janice.
I would start putting for 2026 down. COVID.
I've got mine in here and I've already got, I've got so many like things, there's just random things. And
And 1 page that's a list of things that I want to place to put it so that when I get the book, the next calendar, I can get on.
So everything went well. I think our finances are good and the money we took in were awesome. And Janice, you get busy, like I said, so we'll call the meeting for a close. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Meeting is officially closed. Thank you. See you in 2026. Wow, you know, like, wow. I don't know how that say this. It's okay. It's better.
And